What's up, guys? Today I am very excited to bring you some Anno 117 Pax Romana gameplay. So this is a strategic city builder that's going to be coming out later this year, and I just got done playing for about 3 or 4 hours. It's incredible. I had so much fun. It is so detailed, and it is genuinely kind of hard to balance and be your own governor. It takes place in ancient Rome during Pax Romana, which is kind of like this 200-year period. It was like the golden age of Rome. So, you know, a lot of balance. Do you want to focus on economy, on military, on culture, on anything else? Like it is so much fun. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, it comes out late 2025, so huge thank you to Ubisoft for inviting me to this early access event and sponsoring this video. You guys should definitely throw it on your wish list. I'll have a top link down in the description, and man, I can't wait for the full thing to come out, but enjoy this little preview.
Ah, so you wish to be a Roman governor? Congratulations. The Emperor himself has deemed you worthy to take charge of these lands. Once struck by disaster, they're now ready for new leadership. Your leadership. Your story begins here, on a humble island with azure shores. Latium.
Welcome to Latium.
Whether you dream of a bustling trade empire or a conquest-driven dominion, success is never guaranteed. No two cities will ever be the same, as every choice you make shapes your city in your image. Govern well, and the Emperor will sing your praises. Govern poorly, and, well, the consequences won't be pleasant. Every decision you make will shape your legacy. So how does one become a good governor? Let's find out.
It's a lot of pressure on us here. So I mean, you got to make hard choices. Are you going to focus on trade? You got to focus on warfare and building up your armies and lead by force? What do you want to do? We are about to find out. So
Bonam fortunam, Governor. Let's see if you're a spear to bend or to break.
Ooh, okay.
Getting this empire back on its feet won't be easy. The Legion has a saying: if your attack is going well, you're walking into an ambush.
Balian needs a word with us. See what we've got going on. Hi, bald man before you in tones with measured dignity. I am Balian, Governor. For years I have served as an imperial advisor, and this is the role that I am now appointed to serve you. Emperor Calidus, it seems, has seen fit to send you an advisor. This commences
as ever, we shall journey
together. Okay. So we've got Balian going to be helping us out here. We want to build our villa. Build one governor villa. Looks like these are going to be our quests over here, so we want to build our villa.
Essential in demonstrating your control of an island.
I mean, your boy wants a nice house on his private island, so we are going to build a villa to claim.
If the island is invaded, your villa will be the main target. I'd say place it far from the coast.
Okay, so this is our island here. We've got a giant mountain over there. Okay, we're pretty well fortified here. I guess right here, kind of in the middle, Emperor's Villa. I would like a little bit of height if we could get it. I mean, nobody's going to be able to scale these cliffs, so maybe up here could be kind of interesting. It's a little bit closer to the coast, but also harder to get to. And we can look over the lands. Let's go ahead and place it right there. So all buildings must be connected to our trading post, which I'm assuming is right here. Use a street to connect production buildings to the trading post. So we're going to connect to this. I guess we can, you know, kind of have a central street here that can kind of go into town. I guess we'll just build kind of a main road here, and then we'll kind of have this guy come around like this. So next up, we're going to be building a woodcutter and a forest and a sawmill. I feel like we've got a lot of forest over in this area. I'm going to have a road come off this way, and then we can maybe we'll start with the woodcutter, which we want to put in the forest. And then we could have the sawmill next to that.
Near our trading post.
So we've got woodcutters currently cutting down there, but there's no... We need a warehouse in range. Okay, so we could build... We also want to build residences. Definitely don't want perfect roads here, so we'll see if we can just kind of mix things up a little bit. We could start putting some residences along through here. So we want to build 10 residences. 2, 3... Have some more here. Have some here. That's 6. Just kind of set them up randomly. There we go. Okay, so 10 residences, and then it said that we wanted a warehouse as well, accepts and distributes goods from and to your production buildings. So I guess I don't want to take out all the trees though. We could put a warehouse across right here. And then they have a warehouse that I think that's going to be used to send stuff back to the trading post. We could have built it closer, but again, I don't want to get too close. You know what I mean? Like I want to make sure we've got enough space for future adjustments and things. Got a new quest here. Reach 100% of food needs for Liberty residents. Okay. So our fam is making stuff here. Everyone's working. We got to be able to feed them. We've got sardines. A family picking at the bony sardine can still be fed and kept in health. It's going to add population and income. We've also got porridge. Porridge is a staple easy to produce for the masses. No one loves the taste though. That's going to give us +2 population. I mean, I feel like population and income. Should we go for this? All right. We're going to be a sardine place. So we need a fisher hut. Assuming we're going to want to put this, we could put this just right down by the beach. Maybe a little bit separate from that guy. So we could put a little fisherman's hut over here. And then we're going to connect a road to that guy. Beautiful. Look at this, man. I absolutely love all the little details you can see. Everyone over here working to feed the village for us. Everyone over here is working hard to produce the timber that we're going to need to expand. Things are going pretty well so far. I wonder if we could make a second fisherman's hut or if that's not needed. We could also do a porridge thing. Most goods are part of a production chain requiring multiple buildings. So we're going to need an oat farm and then a porridge kitchen. Maybe we could try that as well and see if people end up liking that. So we've got kind of some large flat area here. We could make a little oat farm, and then we could have a little porridge kitchen next to that to be able to turn that oat into porridge. We're also going to need to place some oat fields for the oat farm to be able to work on. Kind of have like a nice field area here. Definitely want to leave expansion as we're going to add more people to our city. I think we're going to need more, but hopefully we're not eating oats and porridge for forever. You know what I mean? But all right, so we've got that there. Is that enough? We've got 40 out of 80. It's taking up a lot of important space here. You know, the thing is we're on an island. We don't exactly have unlimited resources and areas. Oh, look at this. Oh, I didn't even go over here, dude. What? This old Colosseum. Oh, all the marble and granite and everything. My goodness, dude, to think where this is going to go is just so cool. From humble beginnings, baby. So we've got our trading post. We obviously need to be able to trade and make money. We've got our little fisherman's hut. We've got a little farm off in the fields. We've got a timber mill taking care of all these trees. And then, of course, we've got our residential area over here. Going to try to connect these some just to make it make a little bit more sense. Something like that's kind of cool. Yeah, I definitely want an imperfect thing, like all these 90-degree angles. I want to try to prevent those as much as possible. Residents or other parties may seek an audience with you. Select them to interact with them. A Libertus hails you. A Libertus passes you stranding under a heavy load of timber. He carries the hopeful air of one who has recently celebrated his manumission, freedom from slavery. Despite his burden, he stops and hails you as governor. How do you respond to him? So this guy is carrying a bunch of stuff. He stops and he's like, "Oh, governor, appreciate you." I don't know why I turn British when I say governor. Demand his timber's tribute. Buy his supply of timber or wish him well. I feel like I'm going to buy his timber. Okay. Libertus blinks as if he can hardly believe his luck. He accepts the coins with a quivering smile. Passers-by eye you with a mix of curiosity and approval. Before your boy turns into a ruthless leader, we got to gain the trust of the people. So we're going to lose a little bit of money. We've got a decent amount of denarii. Libertus thanks you for buying his timber there. You know, we're looking okay. Balance, income minus expenses per minute. So we're currently at -150. Obviously, we're going to want to get that under control before we get to 0. We've got total population. Looks like we've got knowledge. Need to gain knowledge before we can start researching new discoveries. Research, Liberty workforce. Dude, this is absolutely insane. Okay, we've got another thing here. Resident needs. Your residents have needs that are grouped into categories such as food, fashion, or public services. It's up to you to decide which needs you provide. For Liberty residents, one need covers an entire category. Once each category has been provided for, you can upgrade residences to the next tier. So if we take a look at these residences, let's see.
Sardine and I, we're both very small fish.
Food is taken care of. We don't have public service, and we don't have fashion. And that should be the same for all of these residences here. Do we have anything when we click this? Modules, recruitment. We could start recruiting armies and stuff. I don't know if we're going to need that yet. Probably focus on just being able to feed and clothe the people at this point. So our next quest is going to be to provide some public services. So we've got markets and taverns. Market is a central gathering place for trade and barter that every community could use. That's going to give us population and income. Taverns, whether you're seeking company or drinking alone, all are welcome in a tavern. We're going to be starting with a tavern for sure. Looking forward to that. So let's fire up a tavern. We're going to want
Public
this.
services should be erected close to residences in order to meet people's needs.
For sure. Going to put this right in the center of town. This is going to be the heart of the town, baby. Welcome to our tavern. Oh my goodness, dude. Look at how beautiful that is. We got people eating, drinking, enjoying, doing their thing. You got to be able to take a load off right in the heart of everything. That's beautiful. And then we're obviously going to want to market, which I'm assuming we would want to put maybe a little bit closer to the trading post. So we could put that down here. And at the market, they're going to be able to buy, trade, sell their wares, that sort of thing. That's going to build up our public services. And I think that is that going to help us? Yes.
Dripping with oil, picking me teeth with the bone.
That's going to help with both of those. And then from there, we're going to have to build up fashion. And that way, we're going to be able to upgrade our residences and kind of continue to upgrade our town. I just love all the little details here. It is in 1080p since we're streaming. I mentioned that at the start, so I can only imagine when it's in 4K and just kind of sitting and enjoying watching your town, seeing all the cows and everything. This is amazing. Do we maybe want to... I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but do we maybe want to try building some more residences? The thing is, it's a balance. You don't want to get, I don't want to not have enough food or not have enough anything else. We could see production buildings and infrastructure taking up 20.5 there. We've got an island population of 53. You can see all of our needs and everything. Island income. We're still at a negative 170 balance, so we're going to have to get that under control as soon as possible. I think we are eventually going to be able to do some trading. So you can see here, like our timber, we can sell timber. I don't know if we want to do that yet though, because we might be building more stuff. So we'll see what happens. This is just so beautiful, dude. The start of a budding empire. So next up, we've got fashion, tunics. Even the Liberty will open their purses for simple, well-made woolen tunics, and pilus, humble and comforting hat, and the Hellenic style for the smiling sun, and bucolic bliss. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna build both of these for sure. Let's go ahead. We're probably gonna put these. So we're gonna need a hemp farm and a spinner, so we can have more farms out here. I'm gonna do a hemp farm here. And then we're obviously going to have to add hemp, right? We need 60 hemp fields. So we could start adding hemp. Now I would imagine we're going to be able to fashion ropes and all sorts of other things with this hemp, not just tunics. Ah, I was going one by one, but you can go whole rows here. Beautiful. Love how that turned out right there. We're also going to need a spinner. We could probably put the spinner right here across the street. That works for me. Let's go ahead and throw a road to connect these. Probably have this road continue here. Have everything connect all around. Again, we are getting kind of into that boxy area, so I don't want to do that if we can prevent it. So we'll go ahead and do something like this, just to kind of mix things up, make it not so perfect there. Okay, so we've got the hemp farm and the spinner, and then we're also going to do this. So this is going to take a sheep farm and a felter. So the sheep farm... How many boxes do we need for a sheep farm? I'm going to put the sheep farm over here, maybe? I'm hoping we could put it in here. Let's see. We need 3 sheepfolds. Perfect, dude. This almost worked out perfect. We're going to be fine. So we can come in. Let's demolish that. We could come back to our sheepfold livestock area. Let's go ahead and copy one of these over. So we've got 3 sheep farms, or 3 sheepfold, whatever they are, back to back to back. We can build our little road around that. Again, we're going for the, it's hard not to. We'll try to keep, it just makes it a little bit more efficient, I think, sometimes, but it looks better in the end when you don't have all the perfectness. But honestly, with the sheep, this is kind of needed. Okay, so we've got that there. And then we're going to need a Pilius filter. Not going to be able to fit that guy there. That's unfortunate, but we can maybe put him here. Beautiful. So we're going to take care of the fashion needs, and with that, we should...
If I had a tavern for my tombstone, Hardly the laughter in the walls.
We should start to be able to get this done. Now, it's saying that the market has no supply. Why does the market have no supply? Is it too far away? Ah, it's too far away from some of these houses. Okay. So we're going to relocate this guy. I say we put him over here next to town. And then that way, all of these things, you can see the area of effect here. All of these buildings are going to be helped out with that. All right. So when we get big enough, we're going to have multiple markets. There's going to be a lot going on there. So we're at almost where we need to be. Look at the crops blowing in the wind, the cattle moving things around, the sheep providing for hats, all the people walking around doing their thing, carrying food and goods and whatever else, the chimneys smoking away. Got people hanging out back
It is
here.
time we attracted a higher grade of resident in the plebeians.
The plebeians! Plebeians! We're gonna try to attract some plebeians, so we'll see. I'm assuming we just click on one of these. Once you've fulfilled all need categories of resident, you can upgrade them here. Perfect. Okay, so we can go ahead.
Dear husband, we have found our sacred center.
So we're gonna upgrade literally all of our residences here.
Ogre, missed the sight of me both knees.
Do we want all plebeians? Or do we need some lower class too? I'm not sure, but we're just gonna go for all plebeians. This is pleb city here. Listen to the sound too as we zoom in. Can start to hear all the hustling and bustling and the livestock and the carts and things. Oh my gosh, that's cool. Okay, so we've got a couple of things up here. Area effects. Most production buildings have an area effect in all nearby buildings as long as the production is not paused. Yeah, we saw that a second ago. This effect changes attributes of nearby buildings. You can review the effects of a production building at the top of its panel. Plan carefully which buildings you want to close together to benefit from their effects and mitigate risk. Attributes. Every fulfilled need increases attributes of a residence. There are 8 attributes: population, income, belief, knowledge, prestige, health, happiness, and fire safety. Attributes define your city. Population increases workforce. Fire safety prevents fires. We definitely want to do that. Knowledge improves research speed, etc. We also just unlocked military buildings, emergency services, and construction materials. So we're going to be able to start making tiles, as well as a charcoal kiln. Emergency services, we've got fire safety, fights unrest in your city, so kind of like a police horse, and then a medical center. And then we've also got military buildings, so we could start making barracks, palisades, gates, weapons, etc. Shoot, what direction do we want to go here? It says it wants us to produce tiles. We're going to need a clay heap as well as a tiler. So the clay heap, we're only going to be able to produce clay in certain areas. It looks like this might be the closest. We could potentially get it over here too. But I'm going to go up here. I like this area up here. Let's start getting close to the water. So we're going to put a clay heap there. We're definitely going to want to attach that to our thing with the road. So we're going to start making clay there. Then we're also going to need a tiler, which the tiler, and this is reducing fire safety. So we got to be careful about that. But I'm going to put the tiler right next to the clay heap. And we might potentially want to take a look at fire safety. Could we see? Oh boy, we didn't even look at some of this. Dude, we could place like individual trees and stuff. This is so nice. I mean, these are all costing money, so we got to be careful about that. We could do Roman pavement. We could do short grass. We can do like little statues and things. I feel like we should put something. Let's put like a statue down here, and then we could build a road around it. Beautiful. So we've got a little bit more culture happening there. I'm sure people are going to appreciate that. But yeah, we need to figure out and make sure that we're not, catching anything on fire. So we've got tile currently coming over right now. We're going to be able to see the tile start to be made. He just brought this from our clay heap. He's going to drop it off at our tiler, and then we should see this thing starting to go. We've also got new foods unlocked. We've got bread and garum. Bread's immense popularity and convenience also make it highly lucrative to those in the trade, so we could start working on making bread. And garum is a fishy condiment sure to put a smile on people's faces. It pairs with bread, porridge, anything. Low fire safety in Eladium could lead to... Okay, so we're probably gonna want to put a fire safety building in here. I honestly don't think we could go wrong with any emergency services, and these should probably be kind of in the main part of town. So let's put well, the fire safety should probably be over here, to be honest. We'll put a little fire safety thing close by, but also close enough to all the little villages. And then I say we build this thing here, kind of like a police station. Honestly, probably put this next to the pub. We could put it right here. And then we're also going to build a hospital We could put it right there. Fix up some of these roads here. It's going to be kind of a central part of town, I guess, with the double wide road there. Kind of cool. And then we... I'm actually not going to do that yet because we don't know what we're going to put here. I was going to try to cut that off. But yeah, we're starting to get something here, baby. I love this. Okay, so we need to focus on making the 3 tiles. I feel like this is going really slow. Do we need... There's no warehouse in range. Oh, we've got 3 tiles in storage, so we are going to build another warehouse. I don't know how big the warehouses are, but this could help with some of the farms and stuff too. So maybe let's just delete this part of this road, and then let's make another warehouse right here. Beauty. So then we're going to be able to move stuff from here into the warehouse, and that should work on this. Also, we upgraded I think we have a shortage of workers here. So we're going to add... This is going to be like the nice part of town, I guess. We can add kind of the workforce down here by the docks. I just want to make sure that we've got... Oh, gosh, our money's going down really quickly here. So I think we've got... Do we have too many? We've got a bunch of... Total population of 77. Where do we see... -6 workforce? I don't think we needed that many plebeians yet. Build another one here. Beautiful. Okay, so that's going to get us... We're at -2 workforce. I think... Downgrade this. That's at +1. Okay. So yeah, now we've got a shortage of plebeian workforce, though. If we upgrade one of these, we're going to be at... We've got a shortage of each. So we just need to build one more building of each, I guess. This is really stressful, man. So we're going to have, like, our main workforce down here. I'm just going to build as many as we can. We weren't producing lumber and stuff there. I hope we didn't go too... You know, realize this too little too late. Now we're going to upgrade... these. So we're going to have plebeian workforce. We're going to have liberty workforce. We're going to be okay. So let's add some more residences. So we're at +1 and +1. That's exactly where we want to be right there. Beautiful. Okay, how is this guy going? Dude, I'm so stressed right now. We got to find a way to make money. Can we maybe start exporting trade, like exporting sardines? Let's start trying to sell sardines. Let's keep 15 in reserves, minimum stock. For every single good, you can automatically buy, sell, or maintain the stock at a certain amount. Ships of your trade partners visit regularly and buy and sell when they can. So we can see our income up here, our balance sheet. We've got income from residences as well as area of effects and village specialists, but we've got a lot of other expenses from emergency services to land taxes to production buildings and things like that. So we need to make sure that we get in the positive. I don't know if we could potentially build more residences here. I'm just going to keep stacking residences. This is also getting into our wood cutting, though. I'm going to keep trying to build residences, so it's going to get us more people. It's also going to hopefully make us more money. We're not going to be able to build that one yet because we don't have enough lumber. I'm hoping these are going to help out. Hopefully the residence income starts going up, but the thing is, you're also going to have infrastructure and land taxes and stuff as well. I'm going to keep a minimum stock of everything, so we'll just start keeping a minimum stock of 5, I guess. We've got 5 clay tiles there. Do we want to sell sheep? I'm not going to sell sheep yet. We can sell some extra porridge. Make sure we keep at least 10 in there. Fish we've got going. I mean, food stresses me out because I feel like food you really can't live without, so I'm going to go 15 food. Sheep I'm going to leave for now because we're, you know, creating hats and things like that. Okay. So we're going to start trading. Hopefully we start making a little bit of money. It did say that we unlocked those new for level 2, and these are going to be plebeian workforces. We've got bread and garum. I guess let's go for we're going to get income and happiness here. So we're going to need Scomber's Hut Fishery and Salt Pounds for a garum works. For the plebeians, they're going to start coming down this way. Then we can start with this hut, and we can put these guys next to each other. So we can have the fisherman's hut like here, and then we could put the salt thing next to it, and that way we can have everything all in one spot. So we're gonna have this road come all the way down, attached to here, attached to here. I don't know if it needs to come all the way across or how that works. Can even make a second walkway there. Okay, so we've got a couple of different entrances. We're also gonna need to make a garum works. So we could put this guy right there. Beautiful. But we're going to need some more lumber. Starting to produce some salt here. We're also, I think this is fishing for mackerel, right? There's no warehouse in range, so we're going to have to build another warehouse. Always got to make sure you got warehouses available. I'm going to delete that. Let's get this garum works here. And then can we fit a warehouse next to that? We're not going to be able to fit a warehouse next to it, but we can put a warehouse right here. We're not gonna have enough wood for it though, my goodness. I'm stressing, bro. We really need to get this money up, and we are short on plebeians now, so we're gonna be able to upgrade another one of these. Let's take the old school residence. We're gonna upgrade this, so that's gonna take us to 10 and -2. Let's upgrade this. We need lumber for that though. We need the lumber to hurry up. This is the biggest thing for us. So we need to balance our workers for the different jobs that they have and make sure everyone's working together. We also need lumber for the storage. This isn't gonna be able to get going until we have lumber for the storage. So this is just all in all a nightmare. What we should do is extend this road this way. And because we've been building into it, we have been losing forest here. Look at this. You can see we're at 67 out of 120 forest. We've got trees regrowing. So I'm going to say let's expand this. Kind of back in here. We can have this come across. Let's copy this guy. Let's put him over here. We should have a higher production happening back here. So we're taking, these trees are dying and regrowing. It's not going to be a constant thing. So we're probably, like any of these heavily forested areas, we're going to have to build bridges and get across and, you know, take advantage of these while we can and make sure that we keep up with it. Eventually, we'll be able to get into clay and things like that. But, okay, we've got some notifications. We've got shortages of plebeians. So we're going to need, technically, I think we can do this upgrade now. So now we're at straight even on plebeians. We've got +4 liberty. That's good. We need 3 of our timber. We've got 2 currently. As soon as we get that to 3, we're going to be able to make this new warehouse. We're going to be able to put it right here. So we'll wait on that. And then we should be able to get the income rolling from the mackerel production for the Garum. There it is. Okay, we got it. All right, so we're going to build not a residence. We're going to put a warehouse right here. So we've got a warehouse. This is saying that it needs a nearby market. Is it not attached to the road? I feel like it's maybe not attached to the road because we do have a market nearby. There's a market right here and it's got that in there. Okay, I paused the game. We have made a mistake here. It's not good. So the thing is these are the resources available on our island. Lavender, grapes, flax, sturgeon, iron deposits, and gold ore deposits. There's no mackerel on this island. We'd have to be on a different island for mackerel to be able to make this. So this is, it's never going to be adequate because you literally can't catch mackerel. You need a maritime resource of mackerel, which we don't have. We only have sturgeon. Basically, this thing is never going to work here. So we're going to have to demolish that. Now, salt has been producing salt ponds. I wonder, we should have lots of salt. Let's just, salt has to be pretty worthwhile. So we're just going to sell salt. Let's keep 5 salt for the heck of it and sell whenever above 5. So yeah, this thing just needs to keep doing its thing and hopefully we're going to be able to make some money there. So we need income in a bad way. And I should have been pausing this before just to help us out so that we weren't, I feel like we kept time rolling when we didn't have income coming in. And obviously that's not the right idea, but we've got it now. So we could do bread. That's going to give us income. Is there anything else from these guys? See, the fishing hut, it gives us population and income. Porridge adds to population. We just need anything that gives us good income. Dude, we're slowly running out of money. Your boy went broke. My goodness. So I don't... I'm stressed. I think not pausing definitely hurt us a lot. I think we just need to keep moving forward and keep producing more expensive goods. You could see income and population are going to start going up here. Let's build another market. We're going to put another market over here so we can keep expanding the houses over in this area because this market was starting to lose it. So we could keep adding more buildings here. And then we also, we're not going to be able to go to Garum. So I guess we can go to bread. So we're going to try that. We're going to need a wheat farm, watermill, bakery, etc. I think are we going to be able to put a watermill over here is the question. Watermill, does it need to be on the water? It's going to have to be on the water. Shoot. So we got to think about that. And unfortunately, this means we're probably going to have to take out some of this timber, but we could put that there. Let's make a watermill right here. We're going to bring the road down to the watermill. So we've got a watermill that's going to be made eventually. We don't have the resources for it yet, but then we're going to need a wheat farm so we can continue our farming situation. We're going to put this down and then we're going to need 140 wheat. Dude, this is going to be crazy. This is a lot of wheat here. So we've got that. Don't want to take up any of the forest or anything. 132, 140 out of 140. There we go. So we've got the wheat farm. We're going to need... oh, no, dude. We're going to need blocks for that. We're going to need blocks for the water mill. We're going to need a bakery that we're going to have to put... We're not going to be able to put it... Dude, this is not good. So we've got to keep time going. We're going to have to get more timber. We're going to have to get more clay. And then we're going to have to make these buildings to start producing bread to be able to keep going and keep progressing forward here. And unfortunately, I think we may have messed it up because I don't think we're going to have enough money to be able to make it that far. Maybe we're going to be able to take a loan from the almighty dictator, whoever he is, our leader, the emperor. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, we're going to need clay and we're going to need timber or lumber to be able to continue this. We have -6 plebeian workforce, so we're going to want to try to upgrade these guys because we are going to need more plebeians.
Dripping with oil, picking me teeth with the bone.
Shoot, we're also going to need more people. Now we're down liberty work. Dude, this is... Let's build some roads here. Put that like that. Connect these. Then we're going to be able to put some more houses in here, which means we're going to need more lumber. So yeah, we had kind of a disconnect at the start here. We didn't have enough raw resources, and I think we let a little bit too much time pass. I don't know if we expanded a little bit too fast into too many areas. You know how we did like both the spinning and the farming and whatever else. Maybe we should have... I mean, we definitely should have focused on making sure that our balance sheet was in the positive off the rip and then slowly build from there into what we need. Oh no, is this on fire? What's going on here? We're low on forest area. We're having issues with deforestation because we've been building more buildings into here and taking away from our forest. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, there's some things I would have done different. We're gonna be able to build that thing. I think the upgrade, was this an upgrade we were doing? We could do that. City status increased to level 2. We're going to be able to do this here in a second. We should be able to get that. I mean, we can make a bakery. Try to put a bakery over there when it's ready. I think we're going to run out of food long before that, though. Or money, I mean. And this is why it's called a strategic city builder, dude. This, I mean, obviously, it's my first time playing it. It's actually my first Anno game that I've ever played. I've always looked at these, always wanted to play them, and obviously, we've been getting more into city builders on the channel recently. But I was learning the ropes as we went. I wish I would have known what I know now going into it. But this, I mean, again, it was tough. But I'm pretty proud with what we built here, even though we are about to run out of denarii. I think what we would want to do here is build another Libertas residence in this area. Build a couple. And then we should, since they're in the area of all the other stuff that we did recently, they should eventually be able to get up. The problem with these is they're not... Oh, well, this one can. Never mind. So I guess we can upgrade all of these as soon as we get lumber, and then we might be able to balance out this workforce, but we're going to need even more buildings. We probably should... I think our lumber was a mistake. We started building into it here, which was just dumb. And I think we should have expanded out and got more lumber early. Like, we've got another lumber area here. Let's see if we can fix this. We've got 100% efficiency in this guy right here, so let's go to 100%. And then we can build a sawmill next to that. 89%. There you go. Okay. Not exactly what I want leading up to my main building, but you know, we're in rough shape. And we could probably put another woodcutter over here. 76%, 80. And we could put them like back here. So we can have multiple woodcutters and sawmills happening. We're obviously going to have to bring this in. Yeah, I think our wood cutting was one of the weaknesses that we had. We are going deeper into the hole currently, but hopefully we're going to be able to fight our way out of it. We can't do the bakery yet, but we should have enough lumber that we should be able to keep upgrading these. So we're -11 on liberty workforce, -1 on plebeian. So I'm going to upgrade these. That's going to bring us in there. And then we're going to start building some more residences. Kind of our lifeblood here. Going to make like a nice little courtyard. Nothing like some wasted space, you know what I mean? But we can just start building even more residences as soon as we get more lumber, and then we're going to have more people so that we don't have this workforce delay. This is amazing, dude. I honestly love that we failed like this. I've learned a lot here, and when the full game comes out, obviously we're going to have a little bit better of a start, but this, I'm glad that it punishes you, because we obviously had some inappropriate setups, and we did not do it the way we were supposed to. All right, so we're waiting on more lumber here. We're gonna be okay. The thing is once we build this bakery, how much is that gonna take? Let's check her for the bread food chain. I bet bread we could probably sell for quite a bit too. So that's going to be -5 plebeian workforce. So we're going to need 5 more plebeian houses to be able to make that happen, which means we're going to need 5 more lumber and stuff to be able to upgrade these. And you can see some of these buildings like this. We've only got 3 out of 4 of the Liberty workforce that we need. So it's not going to be producing as well. We're going to be, you know, producing a little bit slower. We've got reduced productivity because of that. So we should have been making sure that everything was always at 100%. Everything always had the workers they needed. Adding more workers before we added more production. We just didn't, you know, again, we were new to the game, so we didn't kind of see that in action until now. I just love watching our city though, dude. Look at this. We're trying to get by. Your boy's going into debt, but I'm trying to get by here. And like some things, like this thing is not currently producing. We need another tile to be able to build that bread thing. I don't think we have enough workforce. The clay heap is producing. Now we can get this thing producing, but that's going to take workers off of something else that's going to stop producing. So yeah, we kind of got ourselves between a rock and a hard place. To start building more of these, we need as many people as possible out here, which in turn is going to keep putting us further and further into debt, but that's okay because we don't really have a choice otherwise. Oh shoot, we need a warehouse for this thing too. Oh no, okay, hold on. I guess I'll just put a warehouse right here. And we're going to need more wood for that. Oh, goodness, dude. We've got 1 out of 3. So this thing currently, it can't do anything because we're full and we can't output any more timber because there's no warehouse in range. So we're going to have to rely on our other warehouse here to try to get as much timber as possible, which we've got a lot going on down here. Instead of building these houses, we're going to want to build this so we can get this timber out and then we can use that timber to build these houses. So everything's all kind of linked, you know. You got to make sure you've got all your ducks in a row. Okay, we can build this now. Beautiful. So that is gonna, now we're gonna have wood. See, like these, they could not reach this other warehouse, either one of these. So now these are gonna get wood in there and we should start being able to make more of these. Beautiful. So we're at -8 Liberty workforce right now, +2 plebeian. We're gonna need a few plebeians for this, right? For our bread maker. Basically, we did not have enough residences that we were working with here. So let's take another road. We could put this like this. We're going to start building some more residential buildings. As soon as we get the materials to be able to do those. Beautiful. So we're at -4 and +2. We want to start upgrading these for sure as we can. But then that's going to take away. We're going to be -5, upgrade this, get another road coming through here, start putting some more residences in here. Things are kind of starting to work here. All right, so we're at even workforces. So everything's going to be at full production now, which is good. This just doesn't have enough trees. Honestly, we should probably move this. We're going to put him out here in this. We're going to move the sawmill. We're going to put it, let's actually wait for that. We're going to build some roads out to that. Let's build a road here. Maybe another road like this. Bring this guy down here. Connect these guys. Yeah, that looks nice. Another little square there. Then we're going to take our sawmill. Let's move this guy. We don't want to cut down. There you go. Put a sawmill there. Let's actually turn this guy around so he's facing the thing. Okay, the thing is, do these guys have... Is this... Yeah, that's a warehouse. So they do have a warehouse in the area. And then now that means we could take this. Let's demolish all of this here. And then we could turn this into more residences, which we're probably going to need. We're currently at +13 Liberty workforce, +5. Okay. So let's... Can we build the bakery yet? We've got the bakery working. We're going to start making bread, baby. Go ahead and fire this thing up. This is going to be making flour. And then the flour is going to start going to the bakery, and the bakery is going to be able to turn flour into bread. There it is. Okay. You know, just 3,400 coins in debt. Our balance is getting better, though. I just want to say things are looking a little bit better there. So we just got to keep pushing. She ain't much, but she's ours. Also, another thing I just realized we could do is these are like little quests. Can you help us get to our Collegium's yearly event? Feast of Honor. Take the Liberty abroad? Yeah. So that added a quest. Drop off Libertine hitchhikers at Villa Augusta? So I think they're going to start moving towards it? Oh my goodness. Okay, so that you can see we're supposed to be dropping them off over here. I think we're unlocking more of the world now. We're gonna be oh, there's more islands and stuff out there. You could see we've got all this smoke here, but I'm assuming as our ship sails off, we should start uncovering more area, hopefully. Dude, this is wild. So we've got a group heading off into the, yeah, we're expanding the smoke here. So we're gonna have other islands and nations and things that we're gonna be able to go to, bro. This is
I
insane.
did not think they would find me in among the weeds of my garden. Ithacus Tarragonus Taurus, at your service.
Wow. Okay,
You've met a neighboring governor. Part of being a good governor is learning how to deal with rivals.
I mean, do we have to be rivals? Can we be allies? I feel like I'm not really in the you know, spot to cause any trouble currently. Gotta have to build an army before then. Dude, this is insane. So you could see your diplomatic relations with your rivals.
Have a little time before my nap.
So this is Tarragon. Enter negotiation. Take a loan, offer a gift. Let's make him a gift. Not gonna be able to do a generous gift, but we're gonna do a small gift.
That'll help to top out my retirement fund.
Okay. I don't know that we had a small gift to give, but I definitely, that put us at negative $9,000. Well, you know, I'll give you the shirt off my back, bro. Even if I don't have one. Look at this, sailing off to faraway lands. Dude, this is so freaking cool. Oh, we're in debt. If you're too much in arrears, the Emperor may strip you of your governor title and your career will be over. Okay, appreciate that. The governor of Tarragon of Ithacus introduces himself. You're distracted by his farmer's hat. Shouldn't he be a governor just like you? His posture is rigid, disciplined, though his back seems to be giving him pain. On closer inspection, you spot pale scars in that old man's skin. How do you want to react? Rival governors are diplomatic participants that you can make treaties with, like trade rights or an alliance. Depending on your actions throughout the game, rivals have reasons to accept or decline these requests. Salve, Tarragon of Ithacus, may your crops grow and your hat offers shade.
A blade wiped clean.
So we're going to be kind to our local guys here, and it looks like, is this where they're going? Can I see their objective? Where did I tell them to go again? So you're gonna be coming in here. It looks like this, is this gonna be his city? Okay. This looks pretty nice. I definitely think simple is more, you know what I mean? I mean, this is not simple at all, but you can see a little bit better laid out. Oh, we've got certain points of interest and contracts we can make. Nope, we are not going here. We're going somewhere else. Okay, so this is another neighboring island. We're gonna have to keep the peace with everyone. I'm gonna try to go. This is where these guys are going, so they're almost there.
Oh, governor! Diana Augusta. Mother reckons keeping the codices does me good, but I'm literally dying to get back to Rome.
Dude, look at her spot. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. She's got a giant bridge. She's got a not a coliseum, but like an amphitheater. Dude, this is incredible. You've got ships that are for sale.
Who knows what adventures await beyond
40,000 for that big boy, 25K for the smaller one.
The first step is to get lost.
Oh my goodness, dude. She's got an island pair. It's small though. How does she make money? I mean, she's got like, what is this, wine and stuff? Here we are pulling in. She's just kind of like a trade hub, I guess. That's probably how she makes money. She doesn't have to farm and stuff. So we're gonna have our boys pull in to this main area. This is gonna be our quest target over here. So we'll have them come in this way. And can we send them here? Drop off Libertine hitchhikers at Villa Augusta.
Thanks for bringing us over, Gov. Lady Diana's house isn't half bad, is it? This must be how they live down in Elysium, eh?
I mean, this is pretty freaking nice, dude. Look at this.
Poor girl's got her hands full at the moment. Could you help her out? She needs a parcel collected from the Lady Valeria's place.
Okay. Sail to Valeria to pick up Diana's parcel of exquisite goods. So we could start having this guy move that way. We've got dolphins jumping through the ocean here? What? Now, while that's doing that, I would assume we're going to be able to go back, right? Should we just head back to our little island and see if we can get things popping? Long ways away, but we made it back. There's got to be a way to jump there. I'm not sure how, though. Okay, so we've got a lot of extra workers here. Why is this thing not producing? Can we get that producing? Beautiful. Okay, this is producing, this is producing. This is producing. There we go. So basically, we want to keep grinding here. We want to continue upgrading more here in plebeians. We need more plebeians. We need 200 plebeians to unlock sandals and soap. So what we're going to do is just keep building houses. We deleted this area here, so we're going to be able to put some more houses in, build some more roads. Shoot. We're fine. Have this come around this way. Beautiful. We can build another house right here, especially since we're not needing the what's it called? The lumber is over in the other spot. Now we should start, and we got to be careful about the selling. Maybe we don't sell lumber. Let's go to our trade. I'm going to say or timber. We don't sell that. Yeah. Everything else we can sell. Wood. Maybe don't sell that either. Well, we've got a lot of wood, so we'll be fine. Look at this, dude. Our balance is going down. That's what I'm talking about. I think we were light on housing too. I think that's part of our problem. So we're going to need a lot of people. Let's just keep building as many residences as we can. I want to build another road to make this a little bit more efficient here, but you don't want to start building into the forest there because you're going to delete that. We were at 100% before. Now we're at 98%. So we got to watch out for that. Let's maybe set up another neighborhood up here. We do have to be wary about food issues. Just get a bunch more houses going in here. Dude, this is really starting to come together. Look at how cool this is. Okay, so we've got a bunch of extra workers.
I am Valeria Turan.
We're gonna go see our ship. So our boys are sailing in here. We're gonna be able to grab this quest target, pick up Diana's parcel. Beautiful. And then we're gonna deliver the Epicurean assortment back to Villa Augusta. So let's take this, put this here. They're gonna head back that way. Okay, so we can move things around however we want here. You can see, this is our island over here. Okay, so you can just move your camera around the map. This is our whole map here, but we could just go right back home just like this. Beautiful. Okay, continuing expansion, baby. Those guys are running that mission back, so we're gonna have missions going on in the background. And my goodness, look at this. We officially have a balance of 2. We are making 2 coins. We are not losing money per minute. We are officially back in the green. Almost lost everything, but we're good to go. So we want to get to 200 plebeians. We've got plenty of extras here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start upgrading a lot of these houses.
We should expand our fleet of ships for goods transportation and patrol of the seas.
I don't hate that idea. Okay, so we've got a shipyard now. Now, we saw we're running the missions for all these other islands. There are also contracts you can do. So if we have more ships, we're going to have more people out there running missions, doing trade, things like that. So we've got a shipyard, we've got ropes production and sails production.
We're going to have to entice some equites to our cities. I will warn you, they do tend to have an air of entitlement.
Let's move this guy over here. We don't need the salt over on that side. Hopefully, oh gosh. We've got garum works here. I forgot we even had this. We haven't needed this because we can't actually make any garum. So we're going to delete that. Let's delete this road as well. I'm going to build a shipyard right next to our trade post. Let's get a sailmaker. We're going to need sheep for that. So we could put a sailmaker right here. We don't currently have enough tile to be able to make that happen, but that's okay. So we're still looking good there.
No fuel to keep the fire from dying away.
We don't have any fuel for the clay heap. Wait, do we? We didn't make a charcoal kiln yet. So we're going to need that. We're going to put this over by the fire brigade and everything else. So we're going to have a charcoal kiln. This is going to be producing charcoal. We need forest area. We've got forest area here. Shoot. So that's going to take even more from our lumber though, but that's all right. So we'll do that. We're going to have charcoal to be able to fuel the other things that we have here. And we should probably have this run straight there. So this is going to get deforested really, really quickly because we've got the lumber mill and the charcoal kiln working on it, but we're going to get more charcoal to be able to start this up. Let's go see how our ship's doing. Did you guys make it? You did, so we can complete this mission. We'll deliver that.
You are not among masters and dominates, but among friends and companions. On the Lady Honorata's behalf, enjoy yourself and be merry.
Beautiful. All right, she does have tiles that we can purchase. I'm going to buy 16 tiles for 480.
It's so important to splurge on yourself.
And then we're going to take this guy and we're going to have him sail home. Go ahead and head home, boys. Appreciate you. Okay.
Are you a decisive person?
Free wine flows like an aqueduct or a sewer. Some of your liberty have clearly enjoyed themselves a bit too much. One of them vomits on the back of a patron's toga. You have to ruin the liberty's fun before they ruin your reputation. This calls for distraction or distraction. Search for wine barrels on Diana's island. Let's make a speech. Thank the Honorates for their grace and kindness. Say that your kindness is nothing next to the
I
Honorates.
forgive you. I mean in advance, just in case.
So our guys went out there and started puking everywhere because they enjoyed themselves too much at this nice island because we can't provide that for them. So yeah, these boys went, had a little bit too much fun on their mission, ended up puking everywhere. We were able to talk our way out of it. That's what a good diplomatist does. I don't know what the word for that is, but you know, we were able to use our words. Love that. Oh, new public buildings unlocked. A sanctuary, a tranquil respite from the hustle and bustle. The sanctuary opens its gates to the quietly devoted. That's going to give us +2 belief and plus happiness. The Grammaticus, the reading of poetry and philosophy comes the real risk of becoming overly clever. That's going to give us knowledge. Okay, so we could start unlocking knowledge, which is going to help us with research, dude. That is huge. Okay, so we're going to go Grammaticus to start for sure. We're going to want this kind of in our central area, I would think. I definitely would reorganize this better. If we could start over, keep the houses on the outside, build like a downtown area that has all the stuff and have the houses around it, kind of a central square style of thing, but we're looking okay. So we need tile for that, but our boys are bringing tile, so that's exciting. Also, we have produced enough tile that we can do this thing now.
Now you make sail.
Our friends are back with the tile, so how do we... Oh, no!
Oh, this.
I think, okay, I threw it overboard. We're fine. How do you get stuff off? Do we put it in there? There, okay, you put it in there. And then now we should have tons of tiles, like to be able to make this. We've got plenty of tiles, and we've got a new Grammaticus. We're going to be able to get knowledge over the research screen to find all the projects you can...
To progress. Research any specific discovery and reap the benefit.
Bro!
Many discoveries one can research: economic, civic, military. Choose wisely.
I don't even know what to say anymore. This is insanity. Look at the depth of this tree. And it's taken me hours to get to this point. Trading post improvements, sowing circles, replanting. Can use meadows. All charcoal kilns can use metals. Blood of Terra. Warehouse organization is going to upgrade our warehouses, adds more loading ramps, avoiding congestions. You've got civic for villa visitation. We've got medical stuff happening. Archer intelligence, obviously military we aren't really going with yet, so I think I'm going to go with something over here. Buildings near your spinners will produce knowledge. Let's just keep investing in knowledge, huh? It's going to start with the trading post improvements. That's going to be there in 19 minutes. Oh, you can tell it what areas you want to go. So I'm going to say number 2. So we could start getting more knowledge. Let's get warehouse organization as our 3rd. Carpentry as our 4th. So as we earn knowledge, it's going to keep, it'll keep, you know, unlocking these as we go. So currently we have 164 minutes of knowledge ahead of us. We are back at a negative balance, so we haven't been worrying about that. But dude, I'm just kind of going through and having fun with this at this point. We also unlocked this. Sandals. Shapely footwear for Romans of all ranks and sizes, well suited for warm weather as well as soap. Who would have thought the fat drippings and ashes could produce such squeaky clean results? Interesting. So I'm going to say we probably want sandals first, since that's going to bring in an income. We're going to need a pig farm and salt ponds, which we already have. We're also going to need a tannery and a sandal maker. So let's get a pig farm going. I'm going to get a pig farm over here. Our pig farm is going to need sties. They're going to have to be close enough. I guess we can have them like that. Okay, let's take this guy. Let's move this guy. And maybe this guy too. Put him like that. So all the sties are going to be back there. And then we can take another road. Move it around here. Move it back that way. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got our pig farm. We're also going to need a tannery. So we probably want to have the tannery near the pig farm. Does the tannery need anything else? I don't think it does. It's just going to need input storage of pigs and salt. And then we're also going to need the shoemaker, which we could put here. Let's get these roads set up. And then this thing. So this is going to need input storage of leather. This is going to produce that leather. Can we start producing? So we're producing pigs here, and then the pigs are going to go in here, and then they'll go in here, and then we'll be able to get sandals, and then hopefully we're going to be able to make some more money. But for now, My goodness, we just keep pushing. We're also gonna have from the pig farm and charcoal, we can get renderer for fat, and then we can get a soap maker. We're also gonna need a lavender farm for that, which we do have lavender on this island. Dude, this is just insane. So one thing I'm noticing is these ships, these are really helpful here. So let's grab this stuff here. We've got a mission currently going on. We picked up those goods. We picked them up for Diana, and then we're gonna be taking them back to her. The second flotsam's gonna be somewhere over here. So we're gonna take our ship and send them here. So I want to get more ships. I think that's one of the more important things, just so because they kind of work in the background, and we're gonna get like 1,100 coins from that. So we're gonna get back into ship making here. So we've got a bunch of the lumber and the sails that we needed. I actually forgot to put down a rope maker. So we've got a rope maker now who should start producing. This is the hemp that's moving. I think it should start heading over to our rope maker, and then the rope maker should be able to start making ropes. And then if we get some excess cash, we should be able to start making more ships, and then we can have multiple ships going all over the place trying to complete missions and contracts and whatever for us, and be kind of a side income. So everything that we're working on over here, they're also actively working on out there, and it should be a big benefit for us. So yeah, I love that you can actually see them coming up to things. So we've got hemp in here. We can start up production. We're going to start making ropes, and then once we get 10 ropes, we're into a city level 3. We're going to be able to start making ships, and you can make ships for trade, or you can make ships for war. So should be kind of cool there. We've also been expanding the dude, are you freaking kidding me? I love it. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing. Look at all these buildings and stuff. We've got this town just expanding here. So we've got plenty of workers. We've got plenty of extra plebeian workers, honestly. So we're going to start working on the next plebeian thing, which I think we just unlocked. We can get into amphorae, an elegant neck and richly decorated terracotta to show off your wealth and your wine. So that's going to give us population and fire safety. Olive oil, the staple. The empire not only serves as a healthy condiment, but also keeps wrestling athletes from sticking together. That's going to give us money, happiness, health, population, etc. Okay, so let me see. For olive oil, what are we going to need? We're going to need an olive farm and an olive press. Can we make olives here? Unfortunately, I don't think an olive farm. It requires olives fertility, which we don't have on this island. So we're going to have to go find a different island for that. For this, we're just going to need clay. We're going to need resin tapper. I actually don't think we have any resin fertility here. So I guess we're not going to be able to do either of those yet. We do have lavender fertility, so that's good. Gonna look for an open spot to place a lavender farm. I guess we can have it out here. This would be a beautiful spot for it. And then we can start putting some lavender out here. We're gonna need a lot of space for lavender, but this is gonna be really, really nice, I think. 119 out of 180. Bring it all the way down here. 153 out of 180. I'm trying not to cut too much into 178. And then maybe we could have this. Is that going to get us enough? It did. So now we're going to start producing lavender. We've got the pigs. We're going to need a renderer extractor. So we can maybe put this guy over here. That's going to take pigs and lavender and charcoal and turn it into fat. And then we're going to need a soap maker to get to the last part.
I must congratulate you, Ere. Your first research success, and surely not
just finished
the
our
last.
first research.
Can now be upgraded and so benefit from increased storage and extra.
It's going to start working on the sewing circles. Okay, we've got a ship trader that came in. I think we can upgrade our trading post now. Hopefully they're going to buy some stuff for us. We are in a positive balance now, so that feels good. I want to go see what our ship is up to. Looks like they made it to the thing they were supposed to pick up. Pick this up, please. Got that. Beautiful. So that means for our girl, we're going to be able to go back here. We want to deliver this in the next 34 minutes, and we're going to get $1,140. So they are currently en route to go back to her. So all she had us doing was going out and just picking up stuff that had been lost to sea, which is pretty easy. We've also got more missions popping up. So these are always little things. Some boys went missing. Searching for a haunted ship. Can you help us so we could send some ship out? Unfortunately, right now I can't help you, but that's a good way to make some money and get some XP. Our ship is currently busy, but again, if we get more ships being made with these sails and things, we're at 3 out of 10 rope, and we do have enough money now, then we're going to be able to have multiple ships going out and doing missions as we go on. Dude, this is This is genuinely incredible. Like, I am so stoked on this, and I hate that this is a preview. I hate that I have limited time here. I hate that we can't just keep playing. Like, I could see myself literally spending hundreds or thousands of hours in this game. The fact that this is just the very beginning, and look at what we've been able to build in just a couple of hours. And obviously cut down, it's going to be a lot shorter for you too. But look at this. This is our, you know, blood, sweat, and tears went into the city. We almost went bankrupt. We almost got stripped of our governor status and lost the game, but now we're actually in the positive. We've got beautiful lavender fields. We've got all sorts of things happening. Obviously, it's not laid out the way we would want it to. We've got farms and farms and farms and libraries, and it's kind of a little bit chaotic. But, you know, as a first-time governor, I think we did what we had to do. Oh, she just bought stuff there. Fulfilled a trade. Can we see exactly what she bought? I mean, we made a bunch of money there, and we're going to lose some of our stuff. So that, I think that's our first trade that we made. We were trying to trade earlier, and I think it's a little bit fewer and farther between. Our ship made it back, so could we take this and deliver to Diana's lighthouse?
Really owe you. And not just for this.
We're going to get new contracts in 19 minutes, but we could send them to other areas. So other people are going to have these ports that we might be able to get missions from. Looks like we've got one over here. Go see what contracts we have available. Let's do a delivery. We're going to take this. Okay, so we're going to take our ship. We're going to bring them over here. We're going to pick that up, and then we're going to take it out for delivery. But you can see that different missions are, you know, different risk. There's a chance out there we could be attacked or lose it to a storm or whatever else. And obviously, without a ship, we'd be in a bad spot. It is stressful, though, because you've got to react to things as it changes. You remember when these two were like perfect, 100%? They were both on 100%. This one's at 72 and this one's at 83. So as time goes on, we're not going to be able to constantly forest and you know, take the wood from here. So we're going to have to build a bridge to come across to see some of the other areas to keep building, or we're going to have to come up with ways where we don't need as much timber and we can find other sources to be able to make our buildings and whatever else so that we don't run out of resources. We need to make sure that we're not completely stripping the land dry of the resources that we have. But we want to keep using them so we can keep expanding. So it's just like a constant balance. It's never going to be, you know, straightforward. It's never going to be perfect. You're constantly going to have to keep editing and changing. I'm waiting for this rope to be done. And you know what? I did not have a road on our shipbuilding thing, but now we do. So look at that. We've got everything we need. We should start to make ourselves a new ship. Our other ship is back here, and that means we're going to be able to continue expanding, sailing around, trading, and dominating the competition. So I feel like this is a good spot to stop, dude. My God, again, I'm really sad that this is a preview event. I really wish that we could just keep on playing this, but it is going to be coming out later this year. Thank you so much to Ubisoft for the invite to this early access event and for sponsoring this video. Do both of us a favor, hit that top link down in the description and go give Anno 117 a wish list. I'm really looking forward to the full game, and it's like, this is so freaking cool what we were able to build here, and I can only imagine how deep this is going to get. Looking at this research tree excites and terrifies me. My goodness, there is so much in this game. So let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to see you guys in our next one, hopefully later this year when it releases, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.